3, 2, 1. Yeah, you know what it is. It's your boy Guess Who. You now tapped in the Streetnerdz Radio, the #1 station in the streets. We got some motherfucking special guests in the building.
Yep.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
GerrrForevaEast, and this motherfucker shouts out to Streetnerdz. Interstate for the motherfucking record. I brought one of the youngins with me. Holla at him.
Man, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Y'all know who it is, man. It's Ice. You know me, man. I'm in the streets. I'm in the sheets. Your bitch know me.
Yeah. I like the energy already. So, I got you in here. Long overdue. We finna sit down. You get what I'm saying? I appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I want to go ahead and put that out there first and give you your flowers for the moves that you've been making so far with your music.
Yes, sir.
So for the people who don't know who you are, let's get them familiar. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing.
Shit, my upbringing, first off, I came from that East, you know what I'm saying? Grew up in East Denver. Grew up in a... grew up in a...
you just turn, yep, for sure.
My bad, let's go. So, anyways, I grew up in the East Denver, you know what I mean? From the bottoms to the top, y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Come from that 30 car, you know what I mean? All the way down. Niggas know what it is, all that shit, whatever the case is. Upbringing. I went to school on the east side, then, you know, mom's caught a Fed case in the 90s, so I ended up going to school in Park Hill. And she got out the feds, and then, you know what I'm saying, that shit was long, short. I ended up moving from Park Hill to Commerce City, and I was out there for a minute, then back to the hood. And from the hood, I went to prison. So graduated to prison.
So you started in the neighborhood, and then moved to the hills. For the people who really don't understand the geographics on what you're speaking about, when you say the hood, what location is that at? For a lot of people who don't know where that's at.
So the hood, my hood is on the east side. It's there's a split from Colorado Boulevard. The other direction is, you know what I'm saying, is Park Hill. When you cross the boulevard, you hear a lot of people talk about the boulevard. But so on the backside, from the other side of the boulevard, all the way damn near downtown, that's the east side, you know what I'm saying? It runs a whole lot of blocks, a whole lot of areas, a whole lot of different directions. So, you know what I'm saying? You just got to keep your eyes open, better pay close attention.
So then you moved to Park Hill, which is on the other side of the boulevard.
Yep.
How do you think, as a child, them moves affected you, or them areas? How did them areas play a part?
It was very different, because on God, when I moved to Park Hill, on some real shit, that's when I really started seeing red. Like, I really started seeing a whole lot of niggas in, like, with the red laces and all that shit. And I'm like, I still didn't have no clue to that shit. You know what I mean? Because I played sports. I wasn't really into that shit. I still was playing football for Prince Hall. I still was hooping and shit, doing my thing. But that's when I seen a whole lot of different shit. And then, for instance, I was still going to school on the east side, and I had a couple of homeboys that used to always tell me, like, why you always say cuz? And I'm like, what you mean why I say cuz? And I'm young, though, you know what I mean? I'm like 12. I'm like, what you mean cuz? I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, nigga, you always say cuz and shit. I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, nigga, that shit's just normal. You know what I mean? That shit's just what it is. He's like, bro, you say that shit a lot. He's like, I'm like, nah, bro, you tripping. But that's how I kind of got the whole shit. You know what I mean? That's when I put everything together. And then when I hit 8th grade, that's when I started fighting. I started fighting Bloods. I don't know what it was, but Bloods just started fighting me. I'm not even a gang member. I'm not from no hood. I'm not nothing. I'm just a basketball player. Nigga fucking with a whole lot of females trying to keep it cool. And next thing you know, I'm fighting niggas that's from CMG and shit. I'm like, nigga, nigga after school, nigga, woo-to-woo, little woo-to-woo want the head. I'm like, for what? He's like, he just don't like you. I'm like, damn, nigga. Okay, here we go.
So, do you think that because of the environment that you was in, and you moving to that area and you being influenced, that affected you? That people just didn't like you because they automatically assumed that you were from that down there?
They knew that I was from down there, but I couldn't catch on to it because I didn't know. So like there was niggas that I was in school with that was already Bloods. So, right. But I didn't know. I didn't even, nigga, blood, cuz back then, nigga, that never came up. I seen movies and shit, but nigga, that was it. So for the most part, nigga, I'm really playing basketball, wearing colored Jordans, all that shit. That's what you do when you little. So when this shit kind of hit me, when I really picked up on it is after I left Smiley and went to East High School. That's when, nigga, it was really broken down. Because you still had niggas that was from Park Hill that did go to East, and they was the moves. And then you had the East Side card that was niggas in there that was real. You had all Crips in there, nigga. It was damn
So
near
when
10
you-
different East Side
So
hoods.
when'd you get off the porch?
I didn't jump off the porch, no cap, till 2001. I got put on the hood 2001, and it was like, what happened was I was playing basketball for East, and nigga, they basically kicked me off the team, and they was like, nigga, my cousins was like, nigga, you might as well be from Riders, and I was like, okay. It wasn't even like 2 seconds of a thought, nigga. I was so dumb. I just was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is, then, you know what I'm saying? It's my family. Why am I gonna go against the grain? So
Right.
that's when I jumped off the porch, and it went from that to, nigga, not even going to school no more. School was out the window. It was like, nigga, we meet up at school and we gone. You know what I'm saying?
And that was it. That was your life once you made that decision.
That was that decision.
Now-
That's what really drowned it.
Now thinking back on that decision, do you feel like scoot in a little bit this way towards the yeah? Now, do you think that decision really affected you down the long run? Is that the decision that you today you would feel like you would
I
take
wouldn't
back?
have made that decision at all. I would have never. If I had any sense of smartness or any sense of thought for myself, I would have never made that decision. I probably would have been hanging with niggas, but I would have weighed a whole lot of things out in my life and definitely went into a different direction because I was a nigga that was trying to, at that time, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to prove myself. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I want niggas to know who I am, or I wanna have this type of presence, but in that aspect, that was the dumbest shit ever. And even my big homie would tell me, like, bro, just sit back and, you know what I mean, get your money. Like, you ain't gotta do that. And I'm like, nah, nigga, the name, and we gotta. And that's where it went too far to my head instead of just doing something totally different. You know what I'm saying? And when I got older, nigga, I could just look at that shit like it's like, damn, I wasted so many years.
So then you get in trouble in high school. You stop going to school. Then what major event? What took you to the pen?
I caught a robbery case in 2007. So I ended up catching a big robbery case. That's the same time.
Pull the mic towards you a little bit. Pause.
Yep.
Yep, for sure.
I caught a robbery case. That's the same year in 07 that Darren Williams got killed. You know what I'm saying? That's the same year where a lot of niggas from the east side got indicted. A lot of shit happened that year, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Free Lil Let, you already know. But motherfucking so I wasn't a part of that, but for me catching that case that year, I was another example. So I got a lot of time. I got hit with a 10-year sentence right off the handle.
How many years did you do?
I did 7 years. So I got out the pen in 5 though. No cap. I did 5 and some change to get out the pen, but I didn't come home. They sent me to Alamosa. So I was in Alamosa for 2 years, you know what I'm saying, trying to thug it out, trying to keep this shit cool. I'm ready to run. You know, nigga, just like, bro, I want to go home, but I ended up playing that shit out. I did 7 years on that shit, boom, came home, and then caught a dope case in 5 months, went right back to the pen.
Right. So how in a whole, how many years did you do in the pen?
In a I did like 8.5.
8.5. Yeah. Now, how do you feel like that changed you as a man?
Shit, it took me the third time I went to prison because when I went back, I caught the case, my new case, and make a long story short, I went through some big shit, ended up losing some people close and all the kind of shit like that while I was sitting in the box. And then, you know what I'm saying, one of my closest road dogs, you know what I'm saying, we took a fall out, niggas, you know what I'm saying, we went separate ways and, you know, shit got out of hand. So I just sat back and I was like, nigga, I lost everything, bro. I lost everything. Car, house, nigga, kids, money, girl, everything. Blink of an eye. And it was like, I lost it with the homies. That's how I looked at it. Like, nigga, I was going down there, my purpose, I'm kicking it with the homies, I'm hanging out, whatever the case may be is. And that's what caused everything to go the way it did. So if I would have had any smarts, I wouldn't even have went through that. So by me losing all that and going through that shit woke me up immediately. I sat in prison, I was like, nigga, every day working out. Like, nigga, never again. You know what I'm saying? Never again. I'm never gonna do that shit again, so.
At what point when did you start doing music? Did you do music before you went to the pen?
I did. So check this out. I did some shit with DJ. So DJ Simone, check this out. DJ Simone 2013, I had dropped a couple of songs. And you know what I mean? I ended up hooking up with DJ Simone. She tapped in with me and shit. And like she had some shit set up for me. I don't know if she recalls it today, but I recall it, nigga, because this shit made me feel motherfucking like I can do this shit. But anyways, so we tapped in. I tapped in with her and shit, and she had some real connects, and she was like, I can get you down in Florida to perform. I can get you to open up for Future, blasey, blasey, this and that. But she like, nigga, you gotta stay free. Like that's the key to doing this shit. And then, make a long story short, I did like a couple of songs, started Interstate. I did all that shit and went right back to prison, and it was over. That's when I first started. But today, I only started rapping since last year of October. October is my 1 year anniversary with this shit. So.
And so you get out of jail. You do your stamp. You change your life and you say, this is what I'm doing. What helped you? What would you say was the biggest hurdle from transitioning from doing 8 years to? Do you believe that prison stint helped you?
Yeah,
let's say that. Did it help you?
It helped me because it definitely reformed me. It definitely taught me a lot of lessons. It definitely showed me, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you can't be successful. Like, nigga, sometimes you do got to sit down in life, you know what I mean, before you lose the rest of your life behind some dumb shit. So if you can get that message and sit down and reroute yourself and take a few years off, that can actually save you and lead you to success, then a nigga that's just going in there and not paying attention to what you in here for. Because a lot of people still like, nigga, I didn't do it. Or, you know, you got these people that's, you know, just they can't handle it. So that definitely helped me. Like, the last one, it definitely taught me everything. Man, I've been free 5 years, bro. I've been free 5 years now. So it's like, shit, that's a hell of a run.
Hell yeah. So what would you tell your younger self? Before you jumped off the porch, the you before you jumped off the porch, the basketball player that didn't do the basketball, what would you tell yourself?
I would have told my dad to just ship me to an all-boys school out of town. Get me out of here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
So your dad was in your life?
Yeah, I did have my father, but on God, he was a full-time pops. He worked overnight. That nigga got tired. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't handle me. I'm gone. Like, I'm in and out the house, like, boom, bam, boom. So he's like, I can't handle you. He didn't ever kick me out of the house or nothing. He's like, you just won't sit down. So if you want to go out here and this is what you want to do, I'm gonna go ahead, do your thing. He's like, I can't tell you. I gotta make sure the bills are covered. Thinking I gotta make sure the roof is and all this shit. You want to go out here and be reckless? That's on you. So,
what's the best advice that your father ever gave you?
It's never too late. He said it's never too late to change your life. It's never too late to stop. Like, whatever you doing, you know, if it's going to cause you to put you in jail, he said just stop. He said it's not worth it. He said there's another way. He said if you could do it like that, there's another way you can do it legal. So he said it's never too late to stop. And that was the biggest thing. And I took that shit and I ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, nigga, a label, truck company, big truck company today, nigga, you know what I mean? Yeah. Making big moves. I ain't cutting no corners, you know what I'm saying? I'm hanging out, so. We on tour.
How did you start your business with trucking?
Shit, me and my wife, we put our last little bread together. We had a last, like, little 20 spot. We put it up, and then some shit happened. I ended up getting hurt, bro, and no cap, I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna cap on the record or nothing. I ended up getting a big check, bro. I ended up getting a big settlement. So I dumped some more money into that and then put some money into the label. And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna run with it. And we just gonna keep going, and that's what I did, you know what I'm saying? And buy some property, you know, you gotta do all that shit. That's important. And shit, that was the smartest thing. So I got a break.
Yeah, best money advice right now that you could give somebody, what would it be?
Save your money. Save your money. Don't buy nothing. Don't buy nothing. Don't buy anything. Save your money. If you do go spend your money, buy assets. Buy something that's gonna have value to it. That's gonna bring you more value. And definitely get into cryptocurrency, ASAP, right now.
What crypto you in?
Shit.
Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Got a couple of them.
I mean, I do a little day trading and shit, but for the most part, Bitcoin we got a nice little shit with Bitcoin. I did fuck with the Dodge, but they hit me. So
They hit me.
They hit me.
I got in at 5 cents though.
They hit me, bro. I was in there running it up, and I got hit. So
once you get up $500, I'm pulling.
bro.
What's up?
No,
Especially on something that I don't have no trust in, and it don't have no previous like it don't have no previous resume. Basically, it's some new shit that just came out. Yeah, I'm pulling it quick.
Hell yeah. So now we to the music.
Yeah.
Interstate Money Gang. You doing some real legendary shit. Now, the music scene out here, how would you describe the music scene in the town?
I feel like honestly, I feel like there's a lot of super talent. I feel like there's more competition than there's ever been. I feel like you got somebody every day in the city that's trying to rap now because they're influenced by other rappers that's been rapping. And it goes all the way down the line from even the list that Mon High put out, and it had all these rappers on there. It just influenced everybody more to want to rap and shit. So the Colorado rap scene is tight as fuck. Like, but I feel like there's some appropriate shit that, you know what I'm saying, if you a street nigga, you should just keep it in the streets. Like, keep yourself safe. Don't do some shit that's gonna get you a case. That's all I'm saying. But to each his own. But other than that.
So when you speak about that, we ain't just gonna run past that like that. You ain't finna just drop some knowledge and some drills like that and just go past it. So when you say shit like that in the city, what do you feel like you see in the city that is?
Well, you gotta think this. We're getting watched for one. You got all these people looking at us, and they don't really want these rap venues or none of this shit to really pop. So, for instance, if you got some shit where you got an individual talking about another individual, and they pop up to this nigga's show, and it turns to be a shootout, what is that gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas been talking shit about each other or whatever the case is. So it's like, if it's in the streets, leave it in the streets.
So is it hard to separate the music from the streets?
It definitely is, because a lot of people don't understand. Either you're a rapper or you're in the streets, but you can't be in the streets rapping, if that makes sense.
Nah.
So it's like when people ask me, shit, I'm just a rapper, bro. Like, I just rapping shit. This shit, I take this shit for fun. I'm not taking this shit like to a whole. I'm not trying to take this shit to where it's like, damn, nigga, I'm trying to kill this. Like, bro, it's not even that serious. Half of you niggas I don't even know, so it don't even make sense. But to each his own, bro. I don't know. I can't.
Now, how do you feel about like the media? Because there is a jump. There has been a lot of growth in as far as media platforms in the city. How do you feel about the city posting something like that? Like, if I were to post I posted a wax fight. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to Lil Manny. You know, promoter was playing with him.
Yeah,
and he handled his business. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, if he tells you to post it, then he's telling you post that motherfucker.
He didn't tell me to post it. I didn't get it. I got it.
And you just posted it.
Because this is how I feel. I feel like that I feel like a lot of niggas get to come through the city however they want to. I feel like when you think about places like Detroit, Atlanta, California, some places like that, it'd be like, you can't just go stomp through somebody's neighborhood. You ain't finna stomp through nobody's city without having to function.
There's a couple niggas. There's a couple niggas
you gotta check in, bro.
Have the relationships with.
There's a handful of niggas
say check in
that I be around
a wrong way,
and these niggas they be saying the same thing. Oh yeah, and you'll see them out, and you'll see them niggas checking.
I mean, hey, bro.
Checking niggas.
I'm not gonna say
and I'm like,
anybody's in the wrong for doing what they do. I'm just saying, if you don't want to get in trouble, sometimes it's best to
stay away from
your street activities offline,
because it's saving you down the road.
Now, do you feel like them was lessons that you got from being in the pen?
Definitely. Because I was the type of guy where MySpace was created, and I'm all on MySpace like, nigga, hey, look at me, da-da-da-da-da. And that was a part of my 10-year sentence when they started pulling pictures out. So it was like, it caught up with me. I couldn't say nothing. But that's why I'm just saying, for the younger youth, you know what I mean? For the young niggas that's why out here with it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shouts out to the young niggas, but, you know, just be careful.
Do you feel like there's a disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation?
Fuck yeah.
And there's a disconnect from my generation to the elder generation. It's all fucked up from my set. I ain't gonna speak for nobody else, but I can only speak for my set.
I put it like this. He was born in the 80s. I grew up in the early 90s.
It's just I grew up with some niggas that was
2 generations.
Nah, but see, I grew up with some niggas that was just a couple years older, and they didn't know more than really I didn't know. And I'm following you, but at the same time, we don't even know what we're doing. So it's like there's no direction, and everybody crashed.
What do you feel like it would take to get to the youth? What would be the best way you feel like?
For one, if you go gangbang, for one, if you turned up with the gangbang, know your program. Know your program from top to bottom.
There ain't no rules for the youth.
Nigga, if you go
Niggas that
gangbang,
gangbang
but
in the
no, bro.
streets.
If you go gangbang and you really with the shit and nigga can't tell you nothing, nigga, just know your program. Know what you doing.
Yeah.
Don't get out here and do something that's going that one of your homies wouldn't do, or no nigga that's, you know what I'm saying, that's a part of your squad. Like, nigga, just know what you doing. Cause you know what I'm saying? Niggas is gonna gangbang regardless. I don't give a fuck what niggas say. It's up.
I feel like it ain't
Just know your program, homie. Know your shit. Cause you gonna get out here, nigga, and it's not even getting tested. It's about doing some shit that's blinded, and that can cost you your life.
Do you feel like other places look at where we're from and look down on it, like y'all can't be like that?
It's not like that.
Yeah,
a lot of niggas
it's not like that.
They think that until they come here.
Nah, it's like that, bro. Cause you
A lot of motherfuckers that came here and they said the same thing. Like, nigga, it's not like that.
But that's just one, nigga. You go to a whole nother state. I done been all across the United States right now.
Yeah, I've been.
niggas is
to a lot
touring
of
right now,
places.
so it's
Bro, them niggas.
I know what
them
it's like
niggas- them
everywhere.
niggas- I was in Florida with one of my niggas, and he was like, "You from where?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm from Colorado. I'm from Denver." He's like,
niggas think it's
"Where-
mountains
where's
and
that?"
skis and shit.
No, my mama, I had to break it down. Like, bro, Colorado. He's like, oh, okay. He said they got. I'm like, this is 2021. And y'all still saying this shit?
It's everybody everywhere.
Yeah.
There's
So-
everybody everywhere.
What if for out of towner? What would you tell them if you had to describe where we from? What would you describe it as?
I tell him, nigga, the city of the snow. It's nigga gets caught out here in the winter, and nigga it's hot as fuck in the summer. And shit, I don't go to the mountains, so I'm a city nigga, so I'm right here in the city. I don't know what to say. We got mountains, but nigga, come to the city of the snow. Shit, 52. Hey,
How you think that influences your music?
I really don't talk about it. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
I really don't sit on the mic and talk real crazy about Denver. I really don't say that because I feel like I want to bring the shit home to the city. Like I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I want to get my name known as a brand and had a city behind me. Like, I feel like I can get a whole lot further. So that's why I just rap my shit.
So you feel like if you were to speak on the city and the town in a lot in your music, that would hinder you?
Nah, it won't enter me, but I mean, let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real. Let's
talk about it.
bro.
Let's talk about it.
Like, they look at Colorado down. They don't give us credit, bro. They
Right.
don't give us the credit we deserve. And I'm not sitting here saying pump fake the city and don't rep the city, because nigga, it's on my back.
Do you think
I got
that is?
videos
Do you
with
think
my
that is
shit.
everybody else, or do you think it's the city that is not helping the city grow?
That's definitely the fucking purpose. That's
But what's
number
holding
one.
the city back then? That's a better question.
Well,
What do you think is holding
the
the
shit
city
that's
back?
holding the city back is all the artists is like they can't sit, like the artists is, for one, like niggas. If niggas was really serious about trying to get the bag, like niggas should just all do some shit together and lead the states and
Yeah.
shoot out and
Niggas
go
is
get a
too
bag out
focused
of
on
town
doing the shit
and do a
at
big
home.
tour where we got 20 Colorado artists, where we running through every city and we really doing some shit together. But no,
Niggas
it's
is
like
focused on doing shit at home.
everybody's like separating. It's like, nigga, we popping harder or this and that, and it's like, it don't gotta be like that. We can all really take this shit to the next level, really support and like really take it to a real high level. And not saying there ain't no support, not saying that there's not people that don't support each other's music out here, so I'm not gonna say that. But
Niggas
it
don't
could be
support each
bigger.
other's music.
It could be a whole lot bigger too, though. That's all I'm saying. Like, we can make it bigger. Like, have shit high entertain, but I feel like that's what Colorado's missing. And then you do got a lot of top rappers out here, but they can open it up a lot further if they left it and went 10 states over it. And now you got these names rocking in 10 states, not just...
Do you think it's because we don't have the capital in the city?
Well,
This is
there's
what
a
I'm gonna
lot-
say. A lot of shit that's been going on right now online is that Karen Civil and Joyner Lucas gave Karen Civil $60,000 to help his career in 2015. She said she spent that on radio, blogs, and all shit. Do you think that niggas in the city have grasped the concept that it's gonna take like an easy like $500,000 to get a rap career going?
I mean, we have. We know what the bag is gonna take to get there.
Cap,
but I think a lot of artists they don't know
like
exactly what it's gonna take to actually do the full 360 touring, merchandising, out there shaking hand, pushing. They don't know what it's gonna be like for that because they, like I said, niggas is focused on trying to be the king of Colorado. Nigga try to literally make music and make a video for Colorado love. Yeah. And you're not gonna get that. You go on the road, make them love you, and then your home will act like they loved you first. You'll get that love when you come back.
To the places that you've been, and to the places that y'all have traveled, where would you rate our music?
The best?
The town music.
I would say, from all the different rappers and all the shit, I feel like our shit's better than everybody's, bro.
Yeah, like the artists.
I feel like our shit's better than on my mama, nigga. We got gas. We got super gas. I'm just saying that shit. If that shit was on the road, that shit'd be going nuts. Like these niggas out here don't even know, and I tapped in with Polo, like Cash Line. I tapped in with bro. I'm like, bro, why don't you go on the road and do a tour and shit? I'm like, nigga, you got your shit popping out here. Like, just imagine 5-6 states over and shit. Like, bro.
Them niggas are love.
And what was the response?
He said it. He was like, I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit.
But that's what I said. A lot of artists don't know how much that shit.
You got to do it.
It's a hefty.
It's a bag.
Yeah, it's a bag.
It's a bag.
And you're not getting paid for nothing.
No,
you gotta,
it's no return in that shit.
If you don't have 500,000, a $500,000 ticket to blow,
you're not
to blow.
You gotta
without
have,
wanting
you gotta
to
live.
return.
You gotta live after that 500,000.
You gotta have a meal total, basically.
Yeah.
To make it, if you want to be a rapper coming out of Colorado today, you basically gotta say you gotta have a meal, or you really signing a deal. You know what I'm saying? But that's
it's gonna take a lot of work.
No, that shit will change up everything.
So what separates y'all from the pack?
Shit,
I think niggas is willing to put
what
money in themselves.
separate Interstate Money Gang from everybody else?
Shit, I don't rap about the same shit as everybody else.
The music,
so,
the music
I'm on
we
some
put out
different
speaks
shit.
for itself.
My rap, my shit, the shit I'm talking about is like, you know what I'm saying, the shit that I used to do in my life, and you know what I'm saying, I'm just talking about my story and shit and putting it on this pen and paper. That's it. You know what I mean? And as far as everybody else, I feel like shit, we on a different roller coaster. Like shit, we hopped out on tour. Like we did a whole bunch of shit that was really different.
Was it a tour that you organized yourself?
A tour that we organized ourselves. We got with some promoters. We dropped them a bag and we was like, let's just go do this shit. I'm like, if I can get 10, 15 people in each state to know who I am, I mean, that's good. That'll run my shit up even higher. That's gonna get people to buy the album. Like, I'm looking for streams. That's how I'm trying to get paid. I know I'm not finna get paid on the front end on getting a video. You can go spend $10,000 on a video, and that's just $10,000. Now it's on YouTube, and that's all you did.
Right, and that's part of that money that
$10,000. You got to be ready to throw that in the trash can. And the only way you gonna really get paid is your stream. So that's why it's important to pay attention to that. So that's why I went on tour. That's why I got motherfucking promotion codes and posters and shit that you can just tap in. It's like, just download it. If you fuck with Apple, download it. And it's like 90%, 96% that fuck with Apple or some shit. It's crazy. So it's like, why not? And everybody got Apple Music. It's not hard to go through 3 or 4 songs, 5 songs, and be like, whatever.
You gotta market yourself too.
You have to.
A lot of artists, they don't market themselves. They just have content. You got dope ass content, but who's gonna see it if you're not marketing yourself? You don't got no marketing team. You don't got no team out there looking at the type of venues you should be going to, the type of look you should be trying to present yourself with. Once you present that look, it goes with your music, and now you're presenting your music and your look as a package.
Right.
You have a style on stage, that's like that also goes with the footage. Like
you gotta have it.
Bro organized the tour, and niggas got a ton of footage.
Yo, like
the fan base just blew up just because you're out there and they can see you. I don't know how many times I have no music out for niggas to go download right now. But motherfuckers in California, motherfuckers in Florida, they walk up like, are you an artist? Just the way you look and the way you present yourself, the areas you in. And it's like, obviously, when we get to the venues, motherfuckers know there. Yeah, he's an artist. I could tell.
That shit. Hey, the venues be cool too. We have fun. Like that shit is fun as fuck.
That shit's popping. I love it.
Dope Boy Summer. Let's talk about it.
Let's get into
So,
it.
Dope boy.
that motherfucker going, yeah. I got a lot of people buzzing.
Yeah.
You got a big feature on it.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me about that. How did that all come about?
Well, shit, I ain't gonna lie. So, I hit payroll up. Like 2020. Yeah, 2020. I hit him up and this was when I was recording at Go Boys. This is way back, and I think it was just AP in there. And we was recording at Go Boys, so I went and dropped the verse. Well, I dropped the verse and I sent it to him. And he was like, send me the verse real quick so I can check it out. And then he got it. He was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm going to fuck with it. And then he knocked it out. And I'm like, we going to shoot the video in March. You know what I'm saying? So.
How much did he hit you for that verse?
No cap?
Yeah, no cap.
Shit, he only hit me 6 bands.
6?
Yep. He hit me 6 bands. He knocked the whole shit out.
Is that when you realize like this shit is like for real? Like niggas is really getting money with this shit.
Yeah, niggas really got it.
Hey, if Nick can drop that bag,
That's motivation. To me, that's motivation.
And come to
Yeah, and
play
then
out.
he told me to pull up on Finko and everything. Like, bro, pull up. I'm gonna fuck with you and all that. So I'm like, damn. But when March hit, I couldn't make it because we went to Atlanta. I was fucking with Scorp and him. I was fucking with Scorp dudes on him at the time, and we ended up signing it. We was almost finna sign a deal with him and shit. So that's why we was in Atlanta and shit. So I ended up telling them, let's shoot it in May. So then we went down there in May and we shot the video. That nigga was cool as fuck. The shit was fun as fuck. It was cool.
How was that experience going down to a different
Detroit,
place
I ain't gonna lie.
and getting with him?
Detroit, oh yeah, going down to a different place and just getting that
And then
credibility.
fucking with you.
And he fucking with you. That's what just like felt like nigga, I'm official. Nigga, fuck what you niggas say. It's like, nah, I'm fucking with you. But nah, I was like, damn, that's some real love. Like, nigga, that's what's up. Like, nigga, he really, you know what I mean? He's a real nigga. And a lot of niggas ain't gonna do that, you know what I'm saying? Especially take time to shoot a video, pull up. That nigga pull one of his whips out and shit. Even though the nigga shit was a little dirty. I lay you to death though, bro. But you know what I'm saying? This shit was dirty a little bit. Nah, I'm fucking with you. This shit was clean and motherfucker. But nah, we did our thing down there. We shot this shit. I had a director, shout out to Rose and Media Productions. They shot the shit, came out from Atlanta. He did his thing. So, you know what I mean? That shit, it was just fun. And then I just put the whole shit, I put the whole album together. But what was fucked up was I was with a producer and he did most of my album, but it was not mixed or mastered. So I ended up paying like over $4,000 in the studio just to record. And I didn't know.
Just to have some fun in the studio in the booth.
So I got with a real engineer. Shout out to Kid Sound. I got with a real engineer. He's from Cali. That nigga redid my whole shit. We sat there, re-recorded the whole shit, re-fixed it up and everything, and then here we go today, Joe Boy Summers. We dropped that motherfucker.
Man, and that motherfucker going crazy right now.
Man, that motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie, like.
What other features do you got lined up or that you want to get?
I was a feature that I really was looking for was Dave East. That's what I really want to fuck with is Dave East. If I can pull that off, that's what's up. I was trying to get a feature with him. I did holler at the Jadakiss. That nigga said $50K.
Jadakiss?
Yeah, I'll show you right now in a text message. He said he'd do the video, song and verse. He was like for a 50 band, and he said that's slight. He was like, look at what's the nigga Millie, the white nigga that he just did the video with. Shouts out to that nigga. He said, look at that nigga. He's like, nigga, I hit that nigga. I'm like, damn, bro, I got the text messages. I was like, damn. I'm like, yeah, bro, I had to pass. I'm going to dub back with you. I said, you'll see me in the long run. Hopefully you still rapping.
I know that's right. So now, anybody from the town that you want to work with?
Well, shit, I was, honestly, I got some shit that me and Flawless is cooking up. Shouts out to Flawless. I got some shit that, I shot out the show. he said let's work. So I got a project with him. I did some shit with Case, but me and Case is what's I don't know what Case is doing. You know, me and Case from YG. Shout out to them niggas. I don't know what bro doing. He out here. He playing around or something. Give me that verse, but nah. I got some shit with a few artists already in the city, and it's just for love, and we just fucking around and having fun. You know what I mean?
So what is the fall and winter look like for Interstate Money Gang right now?
Shit, we don't end tour till December 30th. We got a show in the city that we finna close out to end tour right before New Year's. We already got the venue. I'm gonna let niggas know the date in a second. And we gonna be in Phoenix. We gonna be in Phoenix with December 18th.
December 18th.
So we just working to the end of the year. Then once that do, I'm gonna go ahead and just sit back for a little bit and check these charts and see what happens on this quarter. So hopefully.
So what songs are y'all pushing for the rest of the year?
Shit, I got an EP that's finna drop before December 31st. But bro got his album that's finna drop. So we finna, no, Rado shit's about to drop September 30th. He got his shit it's one time only. So his shit drops September 30th.
Rado's next. And then I'm after Rado. My first freshman album.
And and let's talk about you for a little bit. So what kind of music you make?
I mean, I make a little bit of everything, to be honest.
You rapping and singing?
I would call it singing. I wouldn't call it singing. I don't know what the fuck you would call it. That shit's wavy, though. Rapping, I think of rapping is like more like what GR does, more like what Rado do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a couple songs that, I'm getting off on it. Yeah. But I would prefer just to be smooth. You can get your point across way easier and drop some hard-ass bars being smooth.
Yeah.
When you being a little bit too rough and too raspy, it's like you might not get your point across. When you being as deep and as fucking using so many meticulous ass words to get your point across.
Right.
You know, you got all your big words coming out. You got big ass hyperboles and sentences that shouldn't be in your statements. Stuff like that to make it funny. You know, it's
right.
kind of like some niggas use it as a gimmick, but it's just some niggas have certain intelligence when they write, and some niggas just stick to their knowledge, their know-how, and their experiences. And that's what I think rapping is. Sticking to your experiences, telling stories. I could tell a story. I tell a few stories, but on my album, it's more like 5 of this and 5 of that, 2 of this and 2 of that.
Right.
Like, I'll open up the album with some real spiritual, soulful ass shit. Y'all get a peek of that.
And when you drop it?
I'm going to shoot for December 20th. Everybody dropped on the 30th this year, but I feel like dropping on the 30th, it just clashes too much with the end of the year. You know you got motherfuckers dropping at the end of the year, parties dropping at the end of the year, and we got a show to do at the end of the year, so I'd rather push it out, around December 20th, have that shit out for the people, and then once we do the show here to end out the tour, give you some of the album music.
And so when did you join?
Waited for.
So when did you join Interstate Money Gang?
I would say officially signed the deal earlier this year. Yeah. But I've been fucking with this been my brother my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been fucking with the team since early last year.
Okay.
When bro started making music.
What happened was when Rado, so we was finna sign the deal. We was finna sign the deal with Scorpion and I told Rado to sign. I'm like, bro, you might as well sign with us. We finna sign with Scorpion. We got some shit locked in. We finna fly to Atlanta. Let's pop these bottles type shit, you know what I'm saying? And I told little bro, like, we gonna dub back and get you. Like, don't even worry. Like, you next, you know what I'm saying? So we shot to Atlanta and shit, and the deal wasn't what we, you know what I'm saying? The paperwork wasn't right, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, we ain't doing that, you know what I mean? But I'm like, well, shit, we can't stop now. Like, nigga, we might as well go on tour, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I set up a whole tour and shit, like, we might as well get out of here, like, for niggas, you know what I mean? There's no need to sit back and, be mad about nothing. Like, if you can do that, you can, you know what I mean? That's how you know somebody wants you already.
Here.
That's how you know, like, something's popping with you. So I'm like, shit, let's get out here. let's go.
So, bro, just pushed
You know
it
what I mean?
on
I
to
started
himself.
pushing this shit, and I'm like, after this payroll shit, like, nigga, I'm gonna make sure this shit happen, and we gonna double back, and we gonna run this whole summer up. And I'm like, I ain't even gonna drop all kind of crazy videos. I'm like, I'm gonna just pay attention to one big video. Like, if I put some creative artwork, some creativity in it, like, it'll be cool. And that's what I did, and we dropped the album right after. So it's like, that was my strategy. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So where can they find you at? Where can they find y'all? Drop y'all Instagrams real quick.
Interstate Sice. That's interstate_Sice.
You can
Y'all know what it
Google
is.
me, GerrrForevaEast. You can Google me. Just Google me. That's it. You'll find everything.
Pierre, well, I appreciate y'all for coming. Street Nerds TV, Street Nerds Radio,
Yep.
the #1 station in the streets right
Shout
now.
out Street Nerds.
Man, I appreciate y'all again. All the flowers.
Yep, let's go.